Finally, it's here, friends, Lies of P Overture, and today we're starting the 100% run. Glad to have you tuning in again. I've already shown you how to access the DLC in the first video. I hope you all found your way and didn't have to play through the whole game up to the destroyed hotel again, because that's when you get this nice medal and can use it to enter the DLC. And that's exactly where we're starting now, collecting all the items again. If you're excited, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button too, so you won't miss any episodes, and let's jump right into the DLC. So thanks to the community and everyone joining in. You guys are awesome. Anyway, let's get started now. I'm going to take a quick look at the equipment. What do we have here? How are we going into the DLC? For equipment, I personally have my favorite weapon, the Bonecutter Saw Blade with a booster grip attachment. That really packs a punch, and of course, the puppet string can't be missing. In my opinion, it's the best Legion arm because you can really load it up with special moves. Other than that, I also have a few amulets. I'm in New Game Plus and haven't collected all the Plus amulets. Let's take a quick look through here. Patience Amulet. There's probably also a Patience Plus. No, that's not it. In any case, I didn't get all the amulets in NG Plus, because of course we wanted to get to the DLC as quickly as possible, but we already have the trophy for all amulets anyway. I actually found the Carrier Amulet Plus 1. So of course, we'll go ahead and equip that. And otherwise, let's take another look at the defense parts here. Of course, I have the loader here. You can feel free to change the disruption cartridge. The bulkhead armor gives you a bit of extra armor. Maybe there are some better items in NG+, but I just rushed through to get to the DLC, since we already got all the trophies in the first playthrough. That's it for the equipment. So let's get started now. This is a really awesome DLC, and you can look forward to an amazing journey. Alright, friends, here we go. We're just going to head straight through here and, walk along this path. There's not much to pick up here at first. Just rush straight ahead, and then we'll end up here at an iceberg. There's not much there either. A little cutscene plays with some beautiful deer running by. Everything here is just wonderful, beautiful winter landscape. So just keep going straight ahead, and nothing much will happen for now. Just head all the way through here, then go through the tunnel, and that's where you'll encounter your first enemies. Take out all the enemies here first. Careful, there are some pretty tough enemies among them. And once you've taken them down, you can be sure that's how things will continue in the DLC. The enemies are pretty strong. Back here on the right, there's a chest you should definitely grab. And in there, of course, you'll find the winter hunting hat and winter hunting outfit. I have to say, the hat actually looks pretty good on me, especially with the gray hair. That's why I went ahead and equipped it right away. Gotta have a bit of outfit styling, of course. So let's quickly go into the costume menu here. And since we're outside, it's winter, and it's cold, of course we're going to put on the winter hat first, and just like that, everything feels a lot better, friends. So, with that, let's get started here. We'll head straight through the bridge, just keep going straight ahead, and that's where we'll see the first stargazer. But over here on the left, there's still something to pick up, specifically the Gradzu newspaper ad. We'll grab that, then head over to the stargazer, activate it, and of course, level up. Let's take a quick look at the level and how I've distributed the points. Feel free to do something similar if you're in New Game Plus. Of course, you might already be at a higher level, or whatever the case may be. In any case, we're at level 132 here. I'm putting the remaining points into Technique, since 40 is the soft cap, and you can still get a lot out of it if you haven't upgraded Technique that much yet. So, that's taken care of from the stargazer. We can talk to the lamp here one more time, and then we'll move on. From here, we turn around and head straight through. Go across the bridge here. There's not much to pick up at first. Just keep going straight ahead, because guys, I don't want to spoil anything for you. So just keep moving forward, and eventually you'll reach a path that leads back down the mountain, which is filled with a few enemies along the way. Take them all out, one by one, and collect the loot from the enemies here. You might get something different from them, but it's definitely nothing major or particularly special. Grab everything here and take out the last guy as well. I usually need 2 hits for the standard enemies with this weapon, and of course, we can charge up our attack nicely. So always use a strong attack when the enemy's energy is glowing. But I'll show you all of that in detail during the boss fight in a moment. Otherwise, just hit him here, take out the guy, and yeah, finish off this other guy too. Then, in the back, we get something nice to pick up, the letter from a circus worker. And of course, we'll take that with us. So, with the letter in our pocket, we keep going, follow the path, go under the bridge here, and first take out the enemies on the right. And watch out, there's something hidden behind the ice on the right. Definitely don't miss that. So, we'll head over to the ice, break it open real quick, and then we can grab something nice here, the full Moon Covenant Stone. We'll pick that up, turn around, and now head through the bridge. Back here it kind of looked a bit like Mortal Shell, like you could crawl through here, but for some reason it doesn't work. Well, it's not a big deal. We'll keep heading up and then we'll reach the zoo, guys. And that's where things really get wild. Really cool level, awesome design, especially the enemies. I wish Resident Evil had something like this. I think that would be really awesome. Resident Evil in a zoo. Anyway, we're heading into the zoo now. We can't go through on the left side for now. Take out the enemies here. There are quite a few waiting. Take them all down. Just make your way through and grab whatever's in the booth back there. Another one will jump out of the cage. I'll give him a quick smack too. And then we can head back to the left corner because we need to go through here again. There's still something to grab here, specifically by these crates. And here we'll pick up the Fable Catalyst. Yep, we'll take that with us, head straight through here, and then we'll reach the next section. As you can see, there's a big enemy up ahead. It's kind of a little test to see if you can handle the DLC. He's already pretty tough, but it's going to get even crazier later on. So take this guy out, finish him off, and grab the magnificent Ergo chunk. Once you've got that in your pocket, you can just keep hitting straight ahead. There's nothing here in this area for now. It's pretty big, but I've searched everywhere. And here, we can also check out a new note, so let's pick that up. Then open the door here, and now you'll really enter the actual zoo. First, there's a small exhibition, and we can already see the next Stargazer glowing. Remember to keep improving your weapon durability from time to time. You do that with the Grindstone. For those who haven't played Lies of P in a while, always remember that, otherwise your weapon won't deal as much damage. Alright, from here, from the Stargazer, we'll go through here, to the right side, all the way back in the far right corner. It's easy to miss, but it's just a throwable orb. Pick that up, and I think there's also some loot from an enemy here. No, it's a wild explorer bear. Of course, we'll grab that too. A lexicon like that is always useful, and of course, we want to collect them all. Then head up the stairs here, and once you're at the top, we'll go down onto the balcony over there, where there's a guy lying down. He's been screaming the whole time. Talk to him and go through the entire dialogue, and then you'll get Missing Romeo. Unbelievable. Pick that thing up. We'll need it for a quest, which we can complete later. Now step outside for a moment. You can head back down to the stairs here, yeah. And now, start by exploring the left area. So, up here on the balcony, head to the left side and go across. Take out the enemies here. We can also go inside here and grab some more loot. And of course, we'll take that with us. There's a puzzle here, and, we'll need that soon as well. Definitely remember this, and also remember this crocodile here, because we'll be able to solve that soon too. But that won't be until a bit later. That's why we'll have to come back here anyway. So, let's definitely remember the crocodile for the first puzzle. First, take out everyone here, defeat all the enemies, and once you've done that, there's something else to grab behind these statues. There are chests here, and we can go through and pick up the magnificent Ergo chunk. Alright, then we get out of here and we're back on the balcony. But there's still a bit more to grab on the right here. Definitely make sure to go over there. there's a big chest there, and honestly, these guys here can really get on your nerves sometimes, guys. Well, we've taken care of him too, so now we head down this way in the back and then down the ladder here. Loud footsteps. We've made it to the bottom. Now let's give the guys here a bit of a beating. And of course, it would be great if we hit the special, but the second one really packed a punch. So, that's working out pretty well. Grab the crate here, and we'll get a nice collectible, Quartz. With that, you can always upgrade something for yourself. So, definitely make sure to take the Quartz with you. It's a good thing that you can use to upgrade Jim Beto's chair, basically. In any case, head up here, climb up the ladder, and then we'll come back to this area. Now, of course, we're going to explore the right side, since we've already finished the left. The left side is basically just a side area, and the right side is the main area. That's why we're going to follow this right area now, go through here, and make our way along pretty quickly. Of course, there are still a few enemies here. Just take them all out, and then you'll reach this area where you can pick up something nice. If you brought the frost protection vial with you, then we can just keep going through here and follow the path. Just keep going straight ahead here, and you will come to an area where there's another somewhat tougher enemy, namely big. What should I call it? What is it? I think it's kind of like an elephant, for sure. The mutations here are really well done, I have to say. Anyway, personally, I go with Flame here, and then we head in and take care of this guy. He's pretty tough, which is why, of course, I go with the Flame Sword. And then back here, we can also pick up some thermite. You could have used that too, of course, but I always think the Flame Sword is better. Anyway, we keep going straight ahead. Feel free to press these plaques here as well. I did that with all the plaques, but it didn't really do anything. I thought maybe there was a trophy behind it. But that wasn't the case, so we can just keep going straight through here and then head up the stairs. At the stairs, we first go to the right and follow this path, and you'll come to a small area where you can pick up some more loot. I've already taken care of the enemies here. There's a Legion magazine back here, which is always a nice find, and here's a saw gear as well, plus a nice big chest that we'll, of course, take a moment to open up and see what's inside. And then we'll also make sure to grab the Royal Hornbow before moving on. And you should go ahead and equip it now. It'll really help you out later on, especially for taking down enemies who throw things at you or ones you can't reach. So go ahead and equip the bow as your secondary weapon and give it a try. It's actually pretty handy, but of course you can always switch back to your primary weapon. It's just that in certain situations, it's actually really good. So just give it a shot, especially for ranged combat when people are throwing things at you. Alright, let's keep moving forward here. Head over to this balcony, take out the enemies here, and as you can see, there's something nice lying on the balcony. So let's go ahead and grab that right away. It's right here by these crates. Pick it up, and we'll take the Dark Moonstone of the Covenant with us. And from here, we can move on. Go down the ladder here, and you'll find yourself in the next section. Be careful, there are quite a few enemies here. But once you've taken them out, make sure to grab the determination crank by the table in the back, and then head over to the bridge. But you don't need to go there just yet. First, just go straight ahead through here. Definitely don't go to the bridge yet, or you will trigger the butterflies. So just keep going straight for now, and then, head left through the door here. Triggering the butterflies isn't really that big of a deal, because if we go through the door here, we can just head to the Stargazer, and they'll respawn later anyway. So it's not a huge problem. Open the door here, and yeah, guys, here's actually the next Stargazer, the shortcut, and it was really necessary, because for example, I only had one vial left. In any case, we'll use the Stargazer here to level up and refill our vials, our healing items, then, of course, head back to the main path where we just unlocked the shortcut and continue straight ahead from there. But don't go all the way straight. First, make sure to head down to the right into this frozen river area, basically. And there, you'll already hear the butterflies. You need to take them out pretty quickly, but be careful. This area is pretty dangerous because they really shoot at you hardcore. There are 3 of these black butterflies here, so keep an eye on your health. I actually got killed right away, but I did manage to kill all the butterflies. At least. Well, I got my revenge for sure. Went back and this time took out all the guys here. So don't let yourself get killed here, even if they look pretty harmless. Those shots really pack a punch. Head to the back, break the ice once, and you'll find a nice, tasty big chest there. Of course, we'll open it up and grab the Legion caliber here. Take that thing with you, turn around, and let's move on to the next area. There's still a bit of loot from the enemy lying around here. We'll obviously grab that too. Then just head straight through here, and now we're going back to the ice wall, so go through the corpses here. All the way at the back by the wall, there's something nice waiting for you. Grab the Attribute Resistance Ampoule, then keep heading straight through here. I've already taken out all the enemies here, and now we can go right into the corner, pick up the Frost Resistance Ampoule, and of course, there's also the Crescent Moonstone on the bridge. We'll take that with us and turn around. There was a big enemy here earlier. Hopefully, you've already dealt with him. He also drops a bit of loot and, most importantly, guards this chest here. And of course, we want to open it. There's something nice inside that we'll grab, the Hibernation Amulet. It's not that great, so I personally didn't equip it, but let's keep going this way. And here's the main path, but for now, we're not going that way. First, we're going to head left here and follow this path. There are a few more hidden enemies here, and also a fire grinder. Plus, there's a ladder here that we definitely want to use. And yeah, the puppet string is doing an amazing job as always. This special move is honestly overpowered. Combined with this weapon, it's just awesome. Yeah, take the ladder here, climb up, and once you're at the top, there's another enemy waiting for you. Don't let yourself get knocked down here, or you'll have to do the whole thing all over again. That actually happened to me. That's why I'm telling you in advance. Then use the ladder back here, slide down, and you'll reach a hidden item that you couldn't get to before. Of course, we'll grab that while we're here. Plus, now we can also find a little mini-boss here, and I have to say, he's a pretty tough one. He's got a lot of extra health. So head in there, take the guy out, and then you can open a nice chest here. You can already see it glowing over there. Definitely grab the loot from the enemy, take the chest here, and there's something nice inside, a mysterious ancient disc. We'll need that later on. You don't need it right now, but make sure to pick it up and then keep moving. And here are the vultures, already crowding the fence, looking really greedy. So we'll just smash them through the fence and then jump over here. And now we're basically back on the main path. Head back a bit to the main path, and then on the right, there's something in this cell, or rather, it's actually a cage, since, after all, we're in the zoo. Go ahead and grab that thing, and if we head back over here, you'll notice that we're basically right back on the same path that we didn't take earlier, the one where we turned left instead. So just walk straight through here. That would have been the main path, except now we've come from the right, picked the better route, and grabbed some nice loot. Just keep going straight here and you will enter the rainforest. And guys, this is where it gets really nasty. These kangaroos are super tough, especially the red kangaroo that's about to show up. It's seriously insanely strong. So be really careful here. I don't know if it's just me or if my level is too low, but this guy is absolutely deadly. This guy really packs a punch. And you can already see it from its energy. It's seriously brutal, this thing, so maybe try to take it down with fire. Svitozmian can also work well, but if you're out of potions, it's going to be tough. A power strike with the puppet string is always a good option too. And once we've taken him down, we'll grab the cleansing ampoule here in particular, and then of course we can keep moving forward. First, power up again, and then grab the loot here one more time, then head straight through. And guys, that one was really tough, I have to say. Pretty intense, but not quite the craziest yet. We're going to head straight through here and grab the next Stargazer. And now we're about to face a really awesome little mini-boss. I thought he was super cool, so I don't want to spoil anything for you here. Definitely grab the Stargazer, keep moving forward, pick up the Miraculous Reinforcement Ampoule on the right, then keep going, and now you will run into this little mini-boss. Like I said, I don't want to spoil the fight for you. I thought he was super crazy, really well done. And now we can take him out here, this elephant. You fight him once and then take him down. Some really wild things happen during that fight. And once you've beaten him, we can move on from here. I definitely thought the boss was super cool, and yeah, I also think this whole location is just awesome. Snow is always cool, in my opinion. And then, on top of that, in a zoo. Really awesome. We picked up the Frost Protection Vial. I first went back to the Stargazer, upgraded myself, and then you can find a small item here. If you go left first, there's the balance crank, and then you can go right and keep following the main path. Through here, in the zoo. Of course, we want to see a few more animals, so we're walking through the zoo like visitors, and then we come across this really strange tree. You should definitely remember this tree, we'll need it later. Back here, there's also a bit of termite we can pick up. But this tree here, we'll have to come back here later. There are some birds on it, and the sign says you shouldn't whistle or make noise. I tried all the gestures, but so far nothing has worked. But I think later on we'll be able to perform a gesture here, like whistling or something similar. Personally, I didn't have a gesture that does that, and as far as I know, I have all the gestures since I have the trophy. Well, anyway, let's keep going straight through here. Grab the corpse fluid, corpse body fluid, whatever that stuff is. Grab it, head down here, and follow the path along the frozen river, and there will be some more enemies coming up. Be a bit careful so they don't catch you. Maybe take out the little ones first. And watch out, there's a huge ball rolling in from behind. Just a heads up for you. It almost killed me, and with him, we can also use the power attack again. Remember, when the bars are glowing like they just were with the health bar, always use a charged heavy attack to stun the enemies, in case you're not fully into the game yet. I felt the same way at the beginning, thinking, hey, what was I supposed to do again? Charged heavy attack. Anyway, head back here, grab the chest. Hard to miss. The orb basically opens up this path for you, and right here, you actually get a brand new blade. After that, you can pick up a bit more loot, and then head up here to continue. This is where you continue on. So, let's slowly turn around and carefully follow this winding path through the next archway, and then, after a moment, we come out here and see a corpse, which, of course, we loot, and we get something nice here as a reward. Announcement of the Brotherhood of Truth. And once we've picked that up, we go right through the next archway, and then we'll enter the savannah. So just head straight through here. Just open the door here. There's nothing else to collect here. So you've picked up everything so far. Open the door here and you'll reach the next Stargazer. Also, up here by these teepees, you can interact with them once more, and there's a little hidden dialogue. Definitely go to the Stargazer, level up, and get ready, because this next section is going to be pretty crazy. There are already some tough enemies here. First, head up to the top floor. Here you can already pick something up. Back here at the teepee bar, you can grab an item as long as you don't waste your special move like I did, since I still hadn't quite gotten the hang of the controls. Well, you can't go through that door. So we head back down and follow this path now, the main path, and remember that you still have your bow with you. It's going to be pretty useful here. Head out this way, and first go to the left. There's another saw blade gear located just behind the crates, so keep moving carefully through here, and it's best to take out all the enemies first if you can. Remember to use your bow if there are any enemies who might try to throw things at you. Use it to shoot them down so you'll have a bit more peace and quiet. But you can always deal with those particular enemies later on as well, if you prefer. So for now, just keep following the main path straight ahead. You will then come to a little tiki bar where you can pick up the loot from the enemy here, and behind the bar, basically on the bartender's side, there's also a cluster grenade. Yeah, looks like the bartender handed that one out. Anyway, head over to the back right and grab the upgraded cover. And guys, this is where it gets really intense. Down there, there's a red kangaroo and a red guy. So first, try to jump down here and run to the left so you only attract this red guy, because he's manageable on his own. But if you have to deal with both at once, it's crazy. So go ahead and take out this red guy first. We can actually take him down pretty easily with the puppet string attack. Then go right in and maybe use a special move afterwards. That should work pretty well, and he'll go down pretty quickly. Now it gets tricky, because the red kangaroo, honestly, that thing is brutal. The first one was already intense, but I feel like this one is even crazier. So head back into the left corner here and grab the item first, because there's another kangaroo back there on the left. And of course we want to take care of that one too. Plus, that kangaroo somehow has my Ergo, and I definitely want to get that back. You can use your bow now if you want and shoot the guy up there on the left. But after a while I found it too annoying and ended up leaving him alone. We can definitely go over to him later anyway. He's actually guarding an important chest that you'll definitely want to grab too. You can take him out with the bow here without attracting the red kangaroo. But you don't have to. I did it without. It's best to take out the small kangaroo here first without the red one noticing, and then of course go in and lure out the red thing, the red Psycho Terror kangaroo. First, of course, charge up for a moment, and then jump right into the action. And yeah, here it comes. The kangaroo, guys, and wow, that thing is intense. I just think it's crazy. It really is a wild thing. You can see how I just run away in fear here and then try to take it down. Just go in. Of course, you can also light your fire or use your puppet string if you want. But especially with this kick here, you really have to get out of the way. It's super strong and takes forever. So be a little careful there and then try to take it down. It's really tough, and especially if you die here, you'll have to kill all the enemies again afterwards. That jumping attack in particular is really nasty. Yeah, and he doesn't lose that much health either. I don't know if I'm underleveled, guys, but it doesn't really feel like it. He just seems to be that tough. Well, in any case, I managed to take him down. Let me know how it went for you. Are these red kangaroos just as tough for you, or do you just slice right through them? Feel free to tell me about it. Keep going straight ahead here, and over to the right in the corner, there's something nice. Grab that, and here you'll see a tower. Definitely make sure to go up there. But before we go up, do a quick loop around here, and then head up behind the tower, basically on the right side, behind the tower. And there you can climb up the ladder, which will take you to a hidden area. From there, you can actually walk across the level, and from here you can get onto the net, and finally catch the guy who's been throwing stuff at you the whole time, the one we just shot earlier with the bow, just a moment ago. Yeah, we'll grab him, pick up the chest here, and then we can move on. There's also an important item here, a broken tailor's whetstone, which we can use later. And it's really useful, so we'll take it with us, then jump down here and take out these weird creatures in the back. There's also some loot and a bit of defending to do there. It's not like we haven't already killed enough enemies here. So let's add 3 more back here, and we'll take care of them real quick too. Yeah, exactly, we'll take those out as well. Alright, and then we've got 1 vial left, but that's not a big deal. Luckily, we're heading to the Stargazer next. Grab the technique crank, and then back here, pick up this item too, a glowing Ergo chunk, and then head all the way to the very back, right into the corner, and climb up the ladder here. And, yeah, then you'll basically enter the next area. Don't go right here, guys. First, grab this item, don't go down here, just turn around and cross the bridge. There's actually a boss over there already, and you don't want to go in yet, because first we want to unlock the shortcut. So cross the bridge here, then open the door up top, and that'll bring us back to the Stargazer. Also, there's something up here too, but we'll grab that in a moment. First, open the door and quickly unlock this place, because we only have one potion left, so of course we're going to head back first. For me, it was already pretty critical at this point, just making it through here. Grab the Stargazer, and then we're finally back to full health. And now we can head to the boss, friends. Of course, there's a boss guide on the channel. Head up here, and I don't want to spoil too much for you. That's why the boss guides are always separate. Definitely make sure to grab the secret letter up here, and then we can basically cross the bridge and start the boss fight, friends. And yeah, I thought that guy was pretty tough, definitely a challenge. A first try victory isn't likely there. Make sure to go down the ladder here, and if you manage to take him down, that's awesome. Congratulations at this point, and now we're almost at the end of part 1 of the 100% walkthrough. But friends, we're going to keep going a bit further, all the way to the next Stargazer. If you can't beat the boss, make sure to check out the channel. There's a boss guide video that will definitely help you succeed. Alright, just head through here. Once you've taken down the boss, grab the ladder back here. Of course, we can climb up here and enter the next section. And there's a lot to discover there again. That's why I'd be happy if you tune in again. Back here, make sure to have a conversation with the Archpuppet. And yeah, for now, he doesn't have anything particularly important to say. But go ahead and walk through here and grab the next item. And here you'll also find the next Stargazer. Yeah, friends. And from here, we'll continue with the next guide. So I'd be really happy if you tune in again and we basically play through the whole game together. I hope you're having as much fun as I am, but the zoo was already pretty awesome. Big applause to the developers for that. And, yes, friends, see you next time. See you then. Take care. Adios and ciao. Ciao.